Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gustafson Stadium here at Northside Independent School District. We're right off 410 in Calabria Road, the home of the John Jay Mustangs, and they will be taking on your Medina Valley Panthers here tonight. John Jay 1-0 coming into this ball game. Medina Valley 0-1 coming off a 22-20 loss against Southwest Legacy in their opener last Friday night. Hoping to turn that around here tonight. I'm Jared Lucky along with Maury Stein and Dwayne Garza here this evening as well. And we're looking forward to this ball game. Nice weather, sun's out. We're ready to get this one going, Maury.
Yep, got the A-team here this evening bringing you all the festivities. And Jared, what a beautiful evening in South Texas. The flags are waving a little bit of a breeze, which should be just comfortable enough because it's going to be a while before the visiting side over there, the Medina Valley side, gets a little shade because they are looking right back into the sun. So they'll have to do that for, about the first 30 minutes of the game, and then they should get some relief. But what a beautiful evening, Jared. This is what Friday Night Football is all about.
Yeah, it sure is. And as you just saw, the coin toss just happened there at midfield. Still about 14 minutes until game time here this evening.
Yeah, kind of early for a toss.
Yeah, sometimes they'll do that. They'll do it before the teams come out on the field. Sometimes they'll do it after. Here at Northside, they did it after. But it looks like Tymir Garrett, Daxton Fillinger, number 82, Kenneth Arroyos, and I could not
56.
get 56 is that last number. Adam Ortiz were the captains for tonight's ball game for Medina Valley. As you can see, Medina Valley wearing the white uniforms again here on the road, and hoping to be 1-1. And next week the Panthers come home for the first time this season to take on Veterans Memorial at Panther Stadium. They'll have a string of 5 home games, but we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back to kind of set this ball game up for you. You're listening to Panther Football here on Medina Valley Broadcast Network, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet and Medina Electric Cooperative, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
Why buy a used car when you can buy a new car for less at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealer? Get low posted pricing on the 2021 Equinox, posted at $19,999. The 2021 Traverse, posted at $28,999. The 2021 Silverado, posted at $30,999. Or get $17,000 off the all-electric Volt. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back here to Gustafson Stadium. Medina Valley getting ready to take on John Jay. And Maury, John Jay coming off of a win last week. They were 0-9 last season. But from what Coach Chris said on the show, they're returning just about all of their starters this season. They're supposed to have a pretty good-sized defensive line. And,
a lot of seniors.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on their roster when you look down it. But their defensive line's supposed to be pretty good, and from what I understand, their quarterback and their running backs are pretty good athletes.
Well, and they've put up a lot of points last week, so I don't know if that's indicative of them just being high-powered. I know from recent years, as Coach Chris said when we had him on the Sports for Supper show, for 4 or 5 years, John Jay used to be our first or second scrimmage of the year, and they always spread the ball out. And, they have a very good 7-on-7 program, which they religiously every year, have participated and have done good in that 7-on-7. So you're probably going to see a lot of the spread offense by John Jay. And, Jared, if there was one thing that Medina Valley's defense kind of lacked a little bit last week, was the big play.
Yep.
And that's something that they got to stop. And we commented a couple of times during that game. It wasn't the fact that they were open that much. It was the fact that the Panthers weren't making that initial tackle.
Yep.
They were getting a lot of yards after the catch. And that's something that Coach Cribb said. That's something I can look and say, okay, guys, we were out of position here. We need to shore up this. We need to, tighten it up here a little bit in the middle. All of that stuff can be fixed.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. All of that stuff can be fixed. And, that we talked about the turnover differential, 3 fumbles for Medina Valley last week. A couple of times they turned it over on downs. Legacy did not turn the ball over at all in that football game. When you turn it over like that, you gave them short fields to work with. They scored 9 points off those turnovers. In the end, if they don't score those points, you end up winning that ball game. So there's a lot of things right there Medina Valley can correct, and those, like you said, are all fixable things. One of the positives we took from it last week was that the offense moved the football. That was one of the things they struggled with early last season. They moved the football. They were able to show that, they've got some good young players with the ability to run and catch and get the ball in some open space and move. And it was good to see some of those new players show themselves in the game last week.
You had quite a few sophomores step up already, and that's what you're seeing tonight. You're seeing the super sophomores we had on the Sports for Supper show 2 years ago taking charge, especially on the defensive side of the ball with Tarvin Tomaselli and Bullard kind of leading the charge, one on the defensive line, one in the middle at linebacker, one in the secondary at safety. And you're seeing an infusion of the younger guys on the offensive line also. And Jared, you mentioned turnovers. It's one thing to turn the ball over in their territory when you're on their 20, but twice it happened in Medina Valley's side of the field, and twice they got the ball, on our 21-yard line with a short field.
Yep.
It's not only that you make turnovers, it's a big difference in where you give them the ball.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Medina Valley getting ready to come out on the field. They got their helmet over there blown up for the game tonight, getting ready to come out here. The Medina Valley Panthers, the John Jay Mustangs.
Corey Keller and his crew taking care of the helmet, making sure it's blown up and ready to go. That's a new helmet, I believe, isn't it, Jared? We did not have that helmet last year, did we?
Yeah, we did. They had the Panther before, and then they had the helmet the last couple of years, yeah. But they usually have some smoke that comes out of it and that kind of thing. I would like to point out that John Jay started their season against Laredo LBJ. They beat them 52-0 last week. Now, I don't know how good Laredo LBJ is.
It's a new school.
It is a new school?
Yes.
Okay. But nonetheless, Jay put up 52 points against them. So that's a lot of points to score, and they shut them out. So we'll see if that Panther offense can move the ball against that big defensive line that they supposedly have, and if Medina Valley's defense is up to the task. We saw last week against Southwest Legacy, this is how I felt personally. I felt that Medina Valley was a little tired late in the second half because early in that game they didn't allow Legacy to do anything with it. And later in that game they were starting to get gashed for 7, 8, 9 yards a run here and there. I just felt like we got a little winded toward the end of that game, which is first game of the year. I feel like that's a conditioning thing, but I would look for them not to be like that in this game.
Well, and that's something that happens, early in the season. Preparedness is one thing, but getting out there and actually doing it in the humidity, and it has been very bad, this summer alone. But another contest I'm going to kind of keep my eye on is the Memorial Divine, I believe, plays. Mm-hmm. And 2 weeks ago, I think, or last week, Memorial went to Hondo and beat Hondo. Of course, I don't know. Hondo might have been ravaged because of, health reasons with the pandemic problem and stuff. But I'm kind of keeping my eye on that to see if Memorial is actually for real, because that would be good to see those guys, have a good winning season, because they deserve it.
Yeah, they do. They've had some rough
years. And Divine deserves to have a good year too. I'm not saying,
and one thing
the rough years.
Hondo's game this week was postponed or canceled due to COVID, and they have a player who is in the hospital. And I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with that young man.
Absolutely.
Because we hope he gets better. That's something you don't want to see for anybody.
No.
And here come both teams out on the field. Medina Valley and John Jay coming out on the field. The Mustangs wearing their blue uniforms. Jay wearing their blue uniforms tonight. White numbers, white letters, white helmets with the Mustang logo on the side of their jerseys. Medina Valley in their white road jerseys with black pants, orange letters and numbers on the jerseys with black and orange trim. Black helmets with the MV on the side with the Panther going through it.
I'm looking down here at the John Jay uniforms, and I'm waiting to see Johnny Unitas run out in the field because that's exactly what they look like, the old Baltimore Colts.
That is exactly
uniforms.
Right.
And you know what? That's what I like. It's just back to basics, and that's what the Panthers have went back to, too.
And it's the two white stripes on the shoulder pads, the two white stripes down the pants. Yeah, it does look like that.
Earl Morrill coming in, throwing to, what was the Perkins, the receiver.
Yeah. We are going to go ahead and take a break for the national anthem, and then we will be back with all the play-by-play and the opening kickoff. You are listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations. Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Why buy a used car when you can buy a new car for less at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest rated Chevrolet dealer? Get low posted pricing on the 2021 Equinox, posted at $19,999. The 2021 Traverse, posted at $28,999. The 2021 Silverado, posted at $30,999. Or get $17,000 off the all-electric Volt. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
We're back here at Gustafson Stadium, and we're ready to get this ball game going as Medina Valley and John Jay ready to go. Jay 1-0, Medina Valley 0-1, looking to get in the win column for the first time this year. As we talked about on the show on Wednesday night, this is, you don't want to go 0-5 going up to district, but at the same time, you play better competition because it makes you a better ball club down the road. And, that Legacy game was close. You came out on the wrong end, but there were some things that Coach Chris said that they learned because of that game. And you're going to have a pretty good team in John Jay here tonight. And, you hope to come out on the winning side of this. But if you don't, there's always takeaways. It's like Coach Chris said, I would rather be in a game like what we played against Legacy than be in a 56-0 win, because you're not going to learn anything about your team. And he learned things. He was able to correct some things, and we'll see how that transpires here tonight against John Jay, who will be kicking off to Medina Valley, who will be going left to right to start the ball game. And we're ready to get going, Maury.
Ready for some football.
Medina Valley sends Reza Tomaselli and Gutierrez back deep to receive. And that's number 16. He's not on their roster. No, wait a minute. Gerardo Martinez. And he will run up and boot it away. A high end-over-end kick that's going to send Tomaselli back to the 6, and he'll start up the sideline to the 15. Gets hit and dropped at about the 17-yard line. Good coverage for Jay downfield. It'd be 1st and 10, Medina Valley.
Zach Mota on the stop there for John Jay, one of the sophomores on the roster for the Mustangs.
The Panthers will have it 1st and 10 from the 17. And was there a flag down on the play? I believe there was. Block in the back against Medina Valley. So that's a spot foul. It looks like they will mark it off from the 17, which will move them back to the 7-yard line.
Big penalty already going against the Panthers.
They'll mark it at the 8.
Half the distance.
Yep. So it'll be 1st and 10, Medina Valley, from their own 8-yard line to start this drive. To open up the ball game, Nick Rash will bring his men onto the field. It looks like he's got Jackson Vogel in the backfield. Now you got a flag down already. Too many men?
Yep. Breaking the huddle with 12.
Illegal substitution against Medina Valley.
Pre-snap penalty, and we haven't even got a snap off yet.
That's 2 penalties in this ball game so far for Medina Valley. There's only been 1 play run. So that'll move them back to the 4-yard line. But they'll have 1st and 10 from the shadow of their own goalpost. Rash out of the gun with Vogel to his left, standing in the end zone. 3 wide receivers out here for the Panthers. They'll send a man in split backs. Takes the snap. Going to give it to Vogel, looking for some running room up the middle, and he's going to get a 1st down close to the 20-yard line. Nice run by Vogel. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Landon Flores on the stop there, one of the linebackers for the Mustangs, along with 29 Castaneda.
Rash in the pistol. He's got Vogel right behind him. 3 wide receivers out here for the Panthers. Rash going to keep it, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to go down after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. Looks like they'll spot him at the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Panthers.
Adrian Berry, defensive end for the Mustangs on the stop. Zone read there, pulled it out of the belly of Vogel. Keeper on the right side.
Couple of subs come in here for the Panthers. New, little different personnel. Got Vogel and Guerrero in the backfield now. Guerrero behind Rash in the pistol. 3 wideouts here for the Panthers, and that's going to be a false start against Medina Valley.
Vogel just leaning forward a little bit too much, couldn't keep his balance.
They'll move him back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 13 coming up here for the Panthers. Ball goes back to the 17-yard line. Out of the gun, takes a snap. Rash looking to throw, rolling out to the right with time. Under pressure now, he throws on the run, complete up to the 30-yard line by number 13. That's Izzy Gonzalez making that reception. And that is going to be a first down for the Panthers. He picked up about 14, 15 yards on the play, and I think, is there a penalty flag? And you're going to, you're going to get illegal man downfield. Yeah. And so with the legal man downfield, that's going to come back. And they'll move him back, and it's going to be second down and long here for the Panthers. So that negates a 15, 16-yard pickup there.
Very good throw and catch. I mean, Izzy just sat down right there, and Rash put it right in the numbers.
It'll be second down and 18 here. Opening drive for the Panthers. Rash looking to run the option. He keeps it up the middle. A little bit of room to run across the 20, down to the 21-yard line. Picked up 9 yards on the play, but it'll be third down and 9 coming up.
Zadrian worked on the stop.
So he got half of the yardage there that he needed. But third down and 9, and, that's 4 penalties on Medina Valley on this drive alone.
And some big yardage ones.
Yep.
That was a 5-yard penalty, but it negated a 15-yard play the previous lineman downfield.
Out of the gun here. 3 wide receivers. Rash takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Steps up under pressure, and he's going to get rid of it, and he gets it to Guerrero, but he's going to get taken down in the backfield for a loss on the play. Rash didn't take the sack, got the ball away, but nonetheless, might as well have been a sack because it's going to bring up fourth down and about 16.
Yeah, Joshua Machado, as soon as number 28 received the ball, Machado was all over him.
Well, and that play was a screen, and it was always designed to go to Guerrero, but he never got free because the lineman hung on to him, and he couldn't get free to get the pass. That's why Rash had to hold on to the football. 4th and 16 here as Tarvin ready to boot it away. Return man standing at midfield, and it's a good high punt by Tarvin. Fair catch called for and made at the 47-yard line of Medina Valley, or of John Jay, and there is a flag down at the 24-yard line.
I think you might get John Jay for holding because they tackled one of our gunners heading downfield.
That was a heck of a punt by Tarvin. It is a hold against Jay.
That was a boomer.
Yeah. He didn't outkick his coverage, gave his guys time to get down there. That's why the fair catch was made.
Hang time.
And you get the holding call against John Jay. So that'll move him back and give him worse field position to start with. He'll go to the 37-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. John Jay with 8:06 to go here in the first quarter. So it'll be their first drive of the ball game. The Mustangs out of the shotgun. They'll go with 3 wide receivers. Jackson Gutierrez is their quarterback, a sophomore for John Jay. Takes the snap, going to hand the ball off up the middle, right side. There's a flag down on the play. Looks like it's going to be a hold. That handoff was to Zadrian Huerta, who looked like a pretty good shifty runner there. He ended up picking up about 8 yards, but this is going to come back to a holding call.
Little on the stop there for Medina Valley. Had a lot of jersey on our left defensive end over there.
And that is the call. Hold against John Jay. This has been a sloppy start to this ball game as far as penalties.
6 or 7 already flags.
Yeah.
Panthers had 4 thrown on them.
5 by the time they were done.
Yeah, now this is 2 on John
that's
Jay.
2 on Jay, yeah.
Yardage plus for the officials tonight so far.
Out of the shotgun again. Gutierrez out of the gun. 4 wide, takes a snap. He wants to throw. Now he's going to have to roll out right side, looking to run with it. Getting chased by Bullard, who brings him down at the 28-yard line.
Good open field stop there by Triple B, Seth Bullard.
Picked up 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 18 coming up.
Joe Tarvin responsible for flushing Jackson out of the pocket. He's going to be hard to block all year long.
Oh, yeah. Mustangs to the line of scrimmage. They'll send 3 wide out here to the left. Takes a snap. Gives the handoff to Huerta looking to run through the line. He gets some yardage, gets up around the 38, 39-yard line before he's brought down.
Michael Tomaselli on the stop for Medina Valley.
Pickup of 10 on the run play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. They need to get up to the 47-yard line for a first down. Ball's at the 39. 6:38 to go here in the first quarter. They'll empty the backfield here. 5 wide, 4 out to the right. Gutierrez alone in the backfield. Takes a snap, looking to throw quickly. Left side, complete out number 11. Tries to shake one tackle, but a good job holding on to him by Caden Monday over here on the right side for the Panthers. And he gets 2 yards. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, Monday with a good job of wrapping him up. The first man on site held him to no gain, and then Tamir Garrett came and finished him off. But that's a great open field tackle there. Good support then after he got a hand on him.
And so Jay will have to punt. Tomaselli will go back deep to receive here for the Panthers. Looks like number 2, Huerta, is their punter. Takes a snap, boots it away, left-footed kicker. A high one. Tomaselli fields it at the 22, made a man miss. Up across the 25, 30. Made a couple of guys miss before he's taken down.
Rashawn Stewart on the special teams play by the Mustangs, but he got about 10 yards in return, making the first 2 would-be tacklers.
Oh, well, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Was that when he fielded it?
No, he fielded it at the 22. So,
okay.
Yeah, he got about 7 yards. So, yeah,
because he was close catching the sidelines, just making sure he got his feet in after the catch.
So we'll see that Panther offense come back out here. They'll start on their own 29-yard line. 5:34 to play first quarter. No score yet in the ball game. Panthers will come out here with 3 wide receivers out of the gun. Looks like Guerrero in the backfield for the Panthers. Takes a snap. Hands it to Guerrero up the middle, who gets hit right away. Looks like he might have actually lost a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 11 coming up.
28 and 29 on the stop there, Rios and Castaneda. And they just had a little run blitz there from the 2 linebackers, just stunting in from the middle. That was just the case, Jared, of numbers. They just outnumbered the Panthers there.
2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, takes a snap. He's going to run it himself here on a quarterback draw up the middle through the 35 up to the 36, 37-yard line. And that's going to be a pickup of about 10 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Panthers.
Diego Quiroz on the stop. And, Jared, that just looked like rash. That was just like you said. That was just a basic draw up the middle. He looked to the right and then tucked it and ran.
3rd down and a yard here for Medina Valley. Ball at the 38. Rash with 4 wide, takes a snap. Going to throw it over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Izzy Gonzalez. He was wide open there on a little seam route, and he just threw it a little too high, and it's going to bring up 4th and 1.
Nick wishes he had that one back because that's Panther pay dirt right there. That was right in the seam. Izzy Gonzalez with a great route run there. Just could not bring it in. Panthers just missed on a big play.
So it'll be 4th and 1 here, and Tarvin's ready to punt it away. Return man standing back around the 26, and Tarvin with a high kick again. Fair catch called for and made at the 26-yard line. Great punt again by Joe Tarvin. That was number 1, Dylan Gordon, on the return man, having to call a fair catch again.
That looked like one of those, where you shoot those shirts into the stands. That's what that looked like. That thing just had a lot of loft and a lot of carry. And when you can get no return on a 40-something-yard punt, Jared, you're doing something special.
And so the Mustangs will come out again here on offense. Out of the shotgun, Gutierrez. The sophomore quarterback takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle, gets across the 25, tried to bounce outside. That was Huerta with the carry. Picks up a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Bounced it outside, but right into the midst of number 44, Tarvin.
Takes that snap, looking to roll outside. There's a flag down on the play. It's Huerta trying to find some running room. Picks up a couple of yards up to about the 30. But I think you're going to get a holding call again against the Mustangs.
Bullard turned the play inside right into Tymir Garrett for the stop for Medina Valley. Jared right on the spot there. A holding call is the penalty on the Mustangs.
And so that'll move them back 10 yards, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 19.
That one, I believe, Jared, was called on the wide receiver out on the far side of the field, trying to keep Bullard from getting to the runner.
So 2nd and 19 here as Gutierrez out of the shotgun, takes the snap, empty backfield, looking to throw over the middle, incomplete. Missed everybody that time. His intended receiver was number 13, Zach Moda. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 19 for the Mustangs here.
Number 7 for the Panthers was actually the closest player to that, Elias Ramirez. Kind of a little bit of a happy feat there in the pocket by the quarterback as he was getting pressure up the middle.
And so here's 3rd and 19 here. Long way to go for the Mustangs. Gutierrez, quarterback draw, looking to run right. He's got a few yards, but Medina Valley steps up there and hits him at about the 22-yard line. Brings him down, picks up about 6 yards. It's going to be 4th down, and the Mustangs will have to punt it again.
Luna and Ramirez on the stop there for Medina Valley. Loss of yardage on this series for the Mustangs.
And that punt is away, and Tomaselli will take it at the 39. Made a couple of guys miss trying to reverse field, and he gets taken down at the 43-yard line. But the Panthers with decent field position here to start this drive.
Jack Mota on the stop there for the Mustangs. Must be twins, Zach and Jack, as they are both listed as sophomores. Both of them have been active so far in tonight's ball game.
So the Panthers will come out here with 2:23 to play here in the first quarter. No score yet in the ball game. 3rd possession here for the Panthers. They'll send 4 wide. 3 out here to the right, near side of the field. Ball on the right hash. Rash in the shotgun, takes the snap. Fakes it, gives on an end around to Gonzalez going to the left side. He's got room to run up across midfield. And he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 13 yards. Gets to the 45 of John Jay. It'll be 1st down for Medina Valley.
Devin Brewer on the stop there. Good blocking on the perimeter by Tristan Hill. And when you're out there on your own, you're susceptible to the holding penalty, and Hill did a good job of keeping his arms in tight close to his body.
Yeah, that was a good fake that time to Gutierrez, and then they just get it on the end around to Gonzalez, who had some running room out there, fooled John Jay. 1st and 10, first time on the Mustang side of the field for the Panther offense. Rash out of the gun. He's going to run it himself right up the middle across the 45. Puts his head down to about the 42-yard line. Picks up 3 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up here for the Panthers.
Safety on the stop there, number 21, Jaden Cruz.
Second down and 7 here for Medina Valley. Minute 46 to go in the first. No score yet in the ball game. Rash takes the snap. Going to keep it himself up the middle on the read. Made a man miss across the 35, down close to the 30-yard line. Great run that time by Rash up the middle. The play fake had everybody fooled, and he had a lot of room to run there. It's going to be 1st and 10 Medina Valley from the 30-yard line.
Landon Flores jumps on the back of Rash and rides him for about 5 yards before he brings him to the turf, but a first down run. Panthers have something going here, Jared.
Yeah, another 10, 11 yards that time. Two wide receivers here for Medina Valley. Minute 2 to go. Here's the snap. They give it to Gutierrez. Made a man miss. And he steps up for a yard gain on the play up to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Flores once again on the stop for the Mustangs. Good closing speed by Flores. I thought Panthers had a little bit of room on the outside, but Flores got there quick. Good lateral movement from sideline to sideline.
.25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. Takes that snap, looking to throw left side, and threw it down behind Reza, and that's going to go as an incomplete pass. Rash just not leading his receiver there.
That was just a little swing pass, and I think Reza had some room. And we've seen last week he's got a little bit of speed.
Yeah, he does. And there was some room to run out there if he's able to get that football. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, he had Tristan Hill out there in front of him leading the way.
Out of the gun here. Gutierrez alone back to the right. Sends a man in motion. Gonzalez, they give it to him. Cuts it up the middle. Trying to get up to around the 25-yard line. He's going to be short of a 1st down. Picked up 3 yards.
Castaneda on the stop for the Mustangs.
4th down and 6 coming up here. And that will end the first quarter of play. So your score after 1, Medina Valley and John Jay knotted up at 0. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we will continue here in just a moment.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Sammy's Restaurant and Hades Alsatian Bakery, 2 legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Hades Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Hades Alsatian Bakery, online at hadesbakery.com.
We're not far.
Welcome back here to Gustafson as we're going to the second quarter here as we flip sides of the field. It's 4th down and 6, and the Panthers will go for it here. Rash takes the snap, going to throw it over the middle. That pass was deflected in the air and almost intercepted, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Panthers.
Number 50, Jalen Knighton, tipped it up in the air and almost got his own deflection, excuse me.
And Panthers going for it on 4th down there. The ball was at the 26-yard line. That's a long field goal to attempt. So,
and I think, Jared, he had his would-be receiver, went past the sticks and just sat down right past the marker. He was open, but didn't expect Knighton to reach up with that big ball, because if he watched this young man run off the field, he's the tallest one on the team.
Yeah. Well, and
he was Johnny on the spot right there.
Well, and there's a J player down on the field. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by Medina Electric, and we'll continue in just a moment.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back here at Gustafson Stadium as we are in the second quarter now, and John Jay takes over after a turnover on downs. And they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, under center now with a lone back. Takes that snap. They're going to pitch it back, looking for some room to run, and Huerta's taken down in the backfield, back around the 18-yard line.
Triple B, Seth Bullard, stunting right in there, blew up that play as soon as it happened.
Loses 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 17 coming up. They went under center that time, and Gutierrez took it. It was just a little sweep play out to the right, basic offense, and Bullard doing a good job to blow that up. Now they'll go back to the shotgun here on 2nd and 17. 4 wide receivers out here for the Mustangs. Takes the snap. Going to hand the ball off. Huerta coming left side. Got some room across the 25, 30, 35, 40. 45 still on his feet, and he's finally dragged down in Medina Valley territory at the 45. Looks like the 42-yard line.
Good hard running there. Finally brought down by Michael Tomaselli. Biggest play so far for either team.
And it's going to be 1st down and 10, Jay, from the Panther 43. Rips off about 35 yards, and there's a design run for the quarterback up the middle, and he gets down outside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Picks up 4. 2nd down and 6 upcoming here for Medina Valley.
Bubba Solis, one of the Panthers, on the stop there.
So you had the turnover on downs, the Panthers drive stalling, and then Don Jay, 2 plays later, they hit a big one here. Flip the field position, and it's 2nd down and 6 here. Ball at the Panther 39. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap, gives it. Huerta puts his head down and falls across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. It'll be 1 yard shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Mustangs.
Solis and Bullard once again on the stop for Medina Valley. Panthers have a number 40 out there, Jared, but I do not see him on the roster. It was him and Solis on the tackle on the previous play.
Out of the shotgun again. Takes the snap. Gives to Huerta up the middle again. He's going to get a 1st down as he gets down to the 30-yard line. Picked up 4 yards. And a John Jay 1st down. 9:33 to play here in the first half. 0-0 score so far in the ball game.
Luna and Chavez on the stop for Medina Valley.
John Jay down in Medina Valley territory for the first time. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Panther 30. Out of the gun with 4 wide. Takes the snap. Going to hand it off right side. Looking for some running room. Huerta again down to the 25-yard line. Picks up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Solis taking the legs out of Huerta.
And they're just using him every play right now. So 2nd and 5 coming up here. 8:47 to go in the second quarter. Out of the gun here. Panther corners back away, looking to throw right side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 6, Frank Vasquez. And there is a penalty flag down. I think you're going to get hitting a defensive receiver. I don't know why he hit him after the ball squirted through his hands, but he was just following through on the play.
And it wasn't vicious. He just kind of hit him with his hands. I could see if he came in there and tried to lead with the helmet. But to me, that's incidental contact. That's just carrying out the play.
We're going to see what they call here. We haven't had an official call from the referee yet.
I don't agree with that.
No, not at all. It's a personal foul against the Panthers. They did not signal targeting or anything like that.
Wow, I thought you have to do something a lot more blatant to get a personal foul.
Yeah, I mean, the ball squirted in and out of his hands, but the defender from Medina Valley was already on the move, for a ball carrier.
He was making a football move.
Here we go on 1st and 10. They hand it Huerta, made a man miss, cuts to the outside to the 10, to the end zone, touchdown, John Jay. A 12-yard touchdown run for number 2, Zadrian Huerta, and John Jay strikes first, leading 6-0.
Good hard running, broke a couple of tackles on the outside. Fillinger wrapped him up, brought him down, but not before Huerta reached the end zone.
They'll go with this swinging gate here. And when they did that, half their team came off the field and new personnel came in.
Looked like a line change in hockey, huh?
Gerardo Martinez will do the kicking for John Jay. Ball on the left hash mark. Takes the snap, the kick is up, and he drills it through. A low line drive kick, but he made it. And with 8:25 to play in the first half, your score, John Jay 7, Medina Valley nothing. And, that drive right there, they just took it and basically ran it all the way down the field there against Medina Valley. One big play in there got them into Panther territory, a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Panthers, and then the next play, a 12-yard touchdown run.
Well, and I was even going to say, Jared, after their first offensive play of that series, they lined up under center, and there really hasn't been a bad snap from the center to the quarterback in the shotgun. So I was wondering, unless they were just trying to show Medina Valley a different look, but that played into Medina Valley's hands because you saw Bullard blow that play right up as soon as the quarterback went under center.
Well, and I wonder if they saw that. Remember last week, Legacy did that in the second half to start. Came out in the eye, and they actually had success moving the ball.
Yeah, they did.
So I wonder if they're using that from what they saw in that game.
But it didn't work.
No.
But what I was going to say is there hadn't been a problem with the exchange on the shotgun or pistol formation.
So Martinez to boot it away, a high end-over-end kick. Tomaselli will take it at the 13-yard line. Coming over to the near side of the field to the 20, reverses back the other way. 25, cuts upfield to about the 29 is where he's brought down. And it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers from their own 29-yard line, and we'll see how they respond now, trailing 7-0 with 8:16 to go here in the first half.
Landon Flores leading the charge there on special teams, and the young man that was injured on that last defensive play is back out on the field for the Mustangs, so that's a good sign.
8:16 to go here in the first half, and it'll be Panther ball from their own 29-yard line. Rash in the gun. Three wide receivers, takes the snap, looking to throw, swings it out, complete out to Gonzalez. He gets up to about the 35. Looks like they'll give him the 36-yard line.
Knocked the shoe off, so he'll have to come out. Joshua Machado on the stop there for the Mustangs. Machado and Devin Brewer.
Picked up 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Good play on first down. You'll take 7 yards.
Anthony Guerrero coming into the ball game for the Panthers. He'll be the lone back. Sends him in motion. Keeps it himself up the middle as Rash faked that end around to Gonzalez, and he's going to get a first down there. He needed 3 yards. He got 4 up to the 40.
Adrian Berry on the stop.
So 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. Good start to the drive here. 7:26 to go. First and 10 here for the Panthers. Rash in the gun. 3 wide out to the right. Rash surveying the defense, takes the snap, design run up the middle. Made a man miss, bounces it outside, 45, midfield. puts a shoulder down into a defender, number 10. Rashawn Stewart got the wrong end of that, and Nick Rash picks up 19 yards down to the J 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Medina Valley.
He had some pretty good moves out there on the outside. He juked two Mustang defenders, and I tell you what, he initiated the contact on Stewart. Just lowered his shoulder. Kind of like Derrick Henry kind of does, but he does it with the stiff arm.
1st and 10 for the Panthers in J territory now. 3 wide out here to the left. Rash takes the snap. Going to hand the ball off up the middle. Guerrero through the line. Kept his feet after a shoestring tackle attempt. He ran through that arm tackle, and he picks up 11 yards. Give him 12 to the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 again.
Yeah, David Hernandez on the stop, but the Panthers now are chewing up some good yardage here. They're averaging about 7 yards a play here in this series.
1st and 10 here at the 29.
I think the shortest gain was the second down run by Rash where he got 5 yards.
6.5 to go here in the first half. They'll give it Guerrero again, trying to get around that right side of the line. They'll push the pile forward. Ends up getting 1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Panthers.
That was Alex Castaneda on the tackle, and I keep seeing he's wearing number 29, and all I think about when I see number 29 wearing this color is Joseph Adai. And why do I think that?
2nd down and 9 here for the Panthers. Split backs here for Medina Valley as they go right to left. Through the hands of Rash, and the ball's loose, and Jay falls on top of it at the 41-yard line. There's another one of those fumbles, and they'll give it right back to Jay. And again, a promising drive stalls out.
Adrian Berry recovers that loose pigskin. And, Jared, that snap was a little high, but it was helmet high.
Yep.
The quarterback's got to bring that ball in.
Yep.
And like you say, the Panthers were marching their best drive so far, and just, ill-advised.
Well, now -2. They've turned it over on downs, and they've turned it over on the fumble.
Now you got to shut down John Jay, who's coming off of their best offensive possession before.
5:45 to play first half. Jay leading 7-0 now with the ball at their own 41-yard line. Out of the gun. They'll give it to Huerta, and he's taken down in the backfield. Good job that time by the Panther defender to hold on and not grab his face mask.
Yeah, that
came close.
That was Tarvin, and he was up around the headgear, but he did not grab the face mask. So a good call, a good loss on the play.
I think he actually grabbed the helmet on the inside where the ear flaps are. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, you're very seldom going to get away from him when he gets you with one arm, but when he's got you with two, you're done.
Gutierrez out of the shotgun here. Takes a snap. Looking to throw. Fires over the middle. Almost picked off by number 11. Bubba Solis made a great play that time. Knocks it down. It'll be 3rd down and 12 here for the Mustangs.
Number 11 almost had that big turnover. He jumped that route perfectly. Great job. Big 3rd down. You like to get the ball right back here.
4:58 to go here in the first half. 7-0 John Jay leading. 3rd down and 12 here. Ball at the 38-yard line. They got to get it to midfield for a first down. They'll send 3 wide out here to the left, 1 to the right side of the field. Gutierrez out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw left side. He's got to be flushed out of the pocket, tucks it down to run himself, and he's forced out of bounds around the 47-yard line. He's going to be 3 yards shy of the first down.
Luna ran him out
of... Try to pooch this downfield. And now they'll take time out.
They ran out of time.
Yep. And they take the timeout here, and then they'll make a decision what to do with it. And timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company.
Where the ball is right here on the 47.
Yeah, and, we've seen them punt twice. They were both good punts. Tomaselli did have a chance to return them both times for about 7 or 8 yards. But their punter's got a pretty good leg as well.
And he's used the sidelines both times. He's not kicked it down the middle of the field. He's put Tomaselli on one sideline or the other, where it's easier for your defenders to get down there and just shut off half the field.
And Huerta will come out here to punt it away. Tomaselli standing back around his own 25-yard line. Takes the snap. Left-footed kicker with an end-over-end kick that is going to go and take a John Jay bounce at the 20-yard line and be downed at the 21. You know, Tomaselli had no chance to go over and return that. He used the sideline again.
And he got it didn't get a good bounce, but it didn't get a negative one either.
Yeah, you know, if that ball does take a roll for John Jay, you might pin him down inside the 10 before that goes out of bounds. Just depends. But it'll be 1st and 10 Medina Valley from the 21.
About a 38-yard punt with no return. Panthers showed good signs last possession, Jared, of moving the ball.
Yep.
See if they can keep it going right here. Let's put some points.
You got to eliminate those fumbles. You've got, out of the shotgun here, 4 wide receivers for the Panthers. Rash in the gun. Takes a snap. And there's a fumble again. Medina Valley falls on top of it. So that was a fake handoff over the inside, and then he tried to pitch it to Reza going around the backside of him. Instead of handing it to him, he pitched it, and the ball went on the ground.
I think he was waiting for him to just hand it to him, and that flip kind of confused Reza.
Nonetheless, it's a fumble and a loss on the play.
Yeah, had Seabass back there lined up next to Rash in the backfield.
It's going to be 2nd down and 18.
Now Gutierrez comes off the field. Vogel back in. But behind the chains again, Jared.
And play clock down to 7 here. Down to 4, 3. They got to get it off. And they moved. Moved early, and they're going to move back again. False start against the Panthers. So those things that we talked about that we didn't see from the Panthers in the opening game of the season, now they've come and reared their head here for the Panthers. A lot of pre-snap problems. That time didn't get the play, and the Panthers are going to take a timeout here, their first of the half.
Had 5 penalties on the first possession alone.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and get a commercial spot in for one of our sponsors. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at CastrovilleStateBank.com.
Welcome back here to Gustafson Stadium. Out of the timeout here, Medina Valley facing 2nd down and 18 from their own 13-yard line, and Rash to throw over the middle, in and out of the hands of Hill. He just led him a little much. Hill able to get one paw on it, his left hand, but not able to get 2. But if he'd have held that in, he was about to get stuck.
Yeah, he was going to get hit. Just got a update from Coach Shearhart. Number 40 is Matthew Santos. He was wearing number 45, but he is wearing number 40, so need to correct that in my score sheet here.
Out of the gun, takes a snap, looking to throw over the middle screen, gets it complete. But he's going to get taken down from behind at the 15-yard line, picks up 2 yards on the play.
That was Landon Flores, and Jared Vogel did a good job because he wrapped around and almost forced that ball out. But once again, the Mustangs are going to get good field position. I hope Joe Tarvin can keep doing the same and not allowing the return. And we're going to have a timeout. John Jay's going to try to save a little bit of time here. Jared, and the timeouts are sponsored by Peerless Equipment, correct?
Yes, sir.
So with 3:35 left to go in the first half, John Jay on top 7-0 and are looking to get the ball back maybe inside their own territory.
And so 3:35 to play here in the first half. 7-0, John Jay leading here in the timeout. Jay will have one more remaining. And Tarvin ready to boot it away. He's standing at his own 3. It's a good snap and a good high punt that's going to take a bounce at the 45. It takes a Medina Valley bounce across midfield and will roll dead at the 42-yard line. A great punt from Joe Tarvin, who punted that from standing at his own 5-yard line, but a 45-yard punt for Joe Tarvin. A great job there. He's kicked the ball great.
Yes, he has.
With 3:21 to go, and John Jay will have the football here. The other thing is this is a big possession here for Medina Valley defensively because Jay's going to get the ball to start the second half. You'd like to see if the Panthers can force a 3-and-out here and have some time to try to tie this game up before halftime.
Or even the turnover battle.
Out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, and that is a bad snap, but somehow Huerta managed to get his paw on the football, and he gets 2 yards out of it.
It went off of the quarterback and right into Huerta's hands, a fortunate bounce. Tamir Garrett on the stop for Medina Valley, along with number 21, Dax Fillinger. But there was the play you were looking for right there, Jared. Yeah. That could have been a turnover.
Yeah, it was. But fortunately for Jay, the ball was snapped to the running back side of where it was, so he was just able to grab the ball. And now you got flags coming in before the play here. This will probably be on John Jay for illegal procedure.
Yeah, the wideout number 4 broke downfield a little bit early. That's Aiden Pena.
So that'll move them back. Instead of 2nd and 8, it'll be 2nd and 13. .238 and counting here. Medina Valley with 2 timeouts remaining. Second down and 12 coming up here for the Mustangs. Out of the gun, Gutierrez takes the snap, wanting to throw quickly out to the right, complete. Out number 1 with some room to run across midfield. Misses a tackle, spins away from another, and he's going to get to the outside in a foot race. To the 30, 25, and he's going to get taken down by Monday on the far side of the field, but a huge gain there by John Jay down to the 22-yard line.
Some good shifty open field running, and wow, another big chunk play for the Mustangs. That was just great running after the catch, and a good job by the quarterback extending the play with his feet. Had pressure. Medina Valley had pressure, good pressure up the middle.
Minute 56 and counting to go. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of Medina Valley. Takes the snap, hands it to Huerta, bounces it outside. Extra room to run, and he's going to get down to the 20. Looks like he got down to the 16-yard line.
Bullard and Solis on the stop.
There is a flag down.
Oh, really? Not another one. No, actually, that looked like a young man's towel. I believe he just picked it up.
Yeah, because he did, and I was fixing to say that. He just picked the flag up.
I was going to say he just picked the flag up. I was thinking the same thing.
But it was a yellow towel. 2nd down and 3 coming up here. Takes the snap, hands it to Huerta, right side. A lot of room to run across the 10. Bounces off a tackler toward the end zone. Touchdown, John Jay. With 1:09 to go here in the first half, John Jay scores again to make it 13-0.
He bounced out of the first tackler who didn't wrap him up, and then just spun to the outside and just outran the Panthers. And Jared, some shoddy tackling once again by the Panthers.
Yeah, arm tackling, things like that, not wrapping up, not sticking guys and holding on. And that's what we saw against Legacy last week when they broke those big plays. So Martinez will come on to kick. David Hernandez is holder. From the left hash, takes the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. With 1:09 to play in the first half, your new score, John Jay 14, Medina Valley nothing. And that Panther offense that has been able to move the football but have turned it over, a couple of times here in this game, they're going to have to finish some drives. They've moved the ball between the 20s, and then they've stalled out when they got down there, fumbled the football, a turnover on downs.
Well, it's just like the Carrizo Springs announcers used to say, the Panthers need steel-toe boots because they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep. And, now you're getting out there. They've been running the football. Huerta is a strong runner.
He's not going down on first contact.
No, but you're getting wore out on defense because you've been out there too long.
And they overcame a couple of penalties of their own in that series.
Martinez will kick it away. Yeah, Medina Valley had him in third down and 12.
12, yes.
Tomaselli, Gutierrez, Reza back deep to receive. And Martinez kicks it away. This one's going to go to Reza, and he's going to take it at about the 7. Starts up toward the 15, 20. Room to run across the 30, 35, 40, toward the 50, still in bounds, blocking downfield. Reza cuts it back inside at the 25-yard line. He's brought down there. A great return. He had one last week also against Legacy at the end of the first half. He has one here, but now his team's going to have 56 seconds left and a chance to cut into this lead before halftime.
That is what the Panthers needed, a big play, and it comes on special teams. The kicker tried to force him out of bounds at the 50, and a good job by Reza staying in bounds.
And you know what?
Got another 30 yards.
And you know what he did there that I like to see from a young man?
Up
the middle.
South.
Yep. He found his blockers, and he went right between them, and he hit the hole with speed, and he got through it.
Yep, north and south.
1st and 10 for the Panthers with 56 seconds to go.
Boy, this would be a big momentum shift right here.
On the John Jay 22-yard line. Panthers come out with 3 wide receivers here. Sends a man in motion, takes the snap. To throw, Rash with time, throws it down toward the end zone. He came back for it, not going to get there. That was incomplete. I believe that was Gonzalez, the intended receiver.
Yep, number 3, yep. Coverage on the play by number 7 downfield. But
the defender never looked for the football.
No, the defender never turned around. It could have been called for interference there in the end zone.
Yeah, because Gonzalez tried to come back to the ball.
He had to
and
go
he kind
through
of
the
had
receiver.
To go,
through the defender.
2nd down and 10 coming up here. 50 seconds to go. Don't want to have to settle for a field goal here. You need to punch one in the end zone. Takes the snap, going to swing it out left side, complete to Gutierrez, and he's going to get taken down in the backfield.
Loss on the play. That was Landon Flores. Now we got a flag in the middle, Jared.
Yep, late flag coming in.
Maybe that's celebration on John Jay.
Might be. And if it is, that's going to be huge for Medina Valley. The ball carrier Gutierrez got taken down back at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Flores was all over that swing pass.
That was a loss of 5 yards on the play.
This is a big penalty here to see who it's on. It looked like one from each team from what Dwayne was saying.
And if that's the case, they'll replay the down.
Well, unless it's dead ball.
After the play. No, it's against John Jay
Face
only.
mask.
Yep. Face mask against the defense.
And that's an automatic first down.
So that'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Wow, that is a big plus for the Panthers. And I
think they took a timeout too,
and
Medina Valley.
That is a kicker for
because
John
they'd have
Jay.
had Medina Valley in 3rd and long, and they probably forced them out of any kind of field goal attempt.
And they had all the momentum going into the halftime, and Reza turns that momentum bubble around, and the Panthers right now are looking to get within 1 score if they punch it in here. And, I kind of like the play they did on 1st down. Yeah. They were. I think Jay maybe was expecting Medina Valley to just run the ball. They tried, and it was a good pass in the end zone. It was just broken up at the last minute.
Well, and that's something against Legacy last week. Medina Valley never threw the ball more than 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, and you have to stretch the defense.
Yeah, you do.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. Panthers can get a 1st down at the 1. 41 seconds to play here in the half. Rash out of the gun. Guerrero is lone back. He's to his right. 3 wide receiver set here for the Panthers. Officials blow the ball ready for play, and here we go on 1st and 10. Rash in the gun, takes the snap. Going to throw over the middle, in and out of the hands of Gonzalez, again, his intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Little too much mustard on that one?
Yeah, just a quick slant pass right over the middle, coming out of the slot position. And
it hit him where it needed to. He just could not bring it in. And it looked like he would have waltzed into the end zone.
2nd and 10.
Still plenty of time.
4 wide, 38 seconds to go. Clock stops with the incompletion. Panthers with 1 timeout remaining still. Takes a snap. Rash toward the end zone. Throws it over everybody's head. That was Gonzalez's intended receiver again.
And, Jared, even if that pass is thrown on target, that could have been intercepted.
Yeah,
he threw that into double coverage. And now, Jared, what I'd like to see right here, we haven't seen this year yet, how about a draw or a screen pass here?
Well, the draw, and see, Rash ran that draw earlier for 15 yards. Now's a good time for it.
Because if you send your receivers out on post out to the outside, you're going to open up the middle.
33 seconds to go here. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Sends a man in motion. Rash to throw. Fires over the middle toward the end zone. Touchdown, Medina Valley. That was Reza, I believe, coming down with the football in the end zone. A great pass and catch that time. He had to go up and get it.
Number 82.
And that, was it 82?
82, yes.
That's Kenneth Arroyo.
And he went up. He had to turn his body around and adjust to the pass. A good catch, a good throw, put enough air under it where his receiver could make the play.
Yeah, and a great play by Kenneth Arroyo. We saw him catch a couple of passes last week. And Tarvin on to kick the extra point here with 28 seconds left. It's a good snap. Tarvin's kick is up, and he drills it straight through with 28 seconds to go in the half. Your score, John Jay 14, Medina Valley 7. What a big return on the kickoff by Reza to the 21-yard line to set that up. And now, then the face mask penalty.
Now you can take momentum on your side in the half. You just cannot return the favor here. You've got to not let John Jay do anything in these last 28 seconds.
Well, and this is the first time Medina Valley will be kicking off in the half.
And they're sponsored by?
Kickoff's brought to you by Garner Abstract and Land Company, along with Rancher's Title.
Jared, what a big boost.
Yeah.
That special teams there. That has turned the momentum completely around here in this ball game, and now the Panthers can take something positive into the halftime.
Yeah, you're right, and sadly it is almost halftime because you'd like to keep this ball game going now that Medina Valley's got some momentum on their side. Jay had a 14-0 lead. The Panthers just cut that in half with an 11-yard touchdown pass from Nick Rash to Kenneth Arroyos in the end zone on 3rd down and 10. And Tarvin will get ready to boot this away with 28 seconds to go. We'll see if he elects to kick it deep or try to squib it down the field.
Wrap up here.
Tarvin ready to boot it away, and he will low-line drive it. That will be played at the 10-yard line. Starts up the middle to the 25, 30, and he's taken down. A good tackle that time for the Panthers. Number 20 on the stop for Medina Valley. Robert Gilmore in there on the tackle with 22 seconds to go.
Now, if you're Jay, do you get cute and try to do something? If not, if I'm them, I'd be after Medina Valley has stole the momentum bubble. I'd take a knee and take it into halftime.
They got it on the 31-yard line. They got 69 yards to go to get to the end zone with 22 seconds and 1 timeout remaining.
They got a lot of defensive men in the backfield, so
they're in Victor's formation here to take a knee. Takes the snap, puts his knee down. Did you see Joe Tarvin just lay that? So the quarterback took the snap, and he didn't put his knee down, so Tarvin actually knocked over the offensive lineman, and then he put his knee down. It's like, okay,
if you're not going to take a knee,
put the knee down because your lineman's fixing to get run over.
Yep.
And that will end the first half of play.
But what a way to end it.
Yep. Your score at the break, John Jay 14, Medina Valley 7. We'll take a break and come back to recap that first half for you. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet and Medina Electric, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guide services, lodging, and fantastic meals while providing the best in Southwest hunting. Contact Double T Outfitters to find out details about their current package hunts. Contact owner Brett Ferguson at 210-413-1597 or online at DoubleTHunting.com.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it? Okay. All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
We're back here at Gustafson Stadium as the Medina Valley Band out on the field now. Playing here for the John Jay crowd. We're about 20 minutes left here at halftime. 14-7 is your score. John Jay leading Medina Valley. This game kind of started slow for both teams. Both teams had to punt the ball away twice. Not really getting anything going offensively. A lot of penalties to start the ball game early. Medina Valley had 4 penalties on their opening drive of the game before they even got a first down. And then John Jay would finally hit. Well, Medina Valley was driving, got down to around the 30-yard line, stalled out on 4th down, went for it, had the ball tipped away on a pass play, fell incomplete, turned it over on downs. Then John Jay would hit about a 35-yard run. Ended up taking it downfield and running the ball every single play. They threw it once for an incompletion, managed to run it in for a touchdown to take a 7-0 lead. Medina Valley would then start driving the football again, get down around the 20-yard line. Snap went right through quarterback Nick Rash's hands, recovered by John Jay. They took that ball down the field and ended up scoring later on in the ball game toward the end of the half. Made it 14-0 with 1:08 left in the first half. The kickoff, Reza took it at about the 8-yard line, returned it down the sideline all the way to the 21-yard line of John Jay. Big momentum swing. Panthers would have the ball. A big face mask penalty by John Jay on defense gave the Panthers a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. On 3rd down and 10 from the 11, Nick Rash found Kenneth Arroyos in the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown pass to make it 14-7. That's where we're at here. Maury, what did you take away from that first half?
Well, the first quarter was very, very, very sloppy, like you mentioned, Jared, and a lot of flags. There was more penalty flags. There were 7 penalty flags thrown before 7 offensive plays were actually run, because there was 2 of them on special teams on the punt. But what I did notices the Panthers never quit, even when it got down 14-0 in a minute and a few seconds left to go. Panthers got a big break on special teams, a great run back on the kickoff, and down to the 21. And then when it looked like the Panthers may stall, third down play, which resulted in loss of yardage, Panthers would have been facing a fourth down in about 18 yards, or had to set up for a field goal, a long field goal close to 42 yards. But fortunately for the Panthers, there was a defensive, after the play, a defensive face mask, which got the Panthers an automatic first down. And from there, Rash hit Arroyo for the touchdown and really changed momentum completely around, where it looked like John Jay was going to go into halftime with a 14-point lead and momentum if they scored on their last possession. Medina Valley with the special teams, big special teams play, and then the touchdown, and Medina Valley's closed the gap to 14-7. So special teams has turned up big again, as it did last week, Jared. And as we mentioned, that's a third of the ball game, third part of the game, and Medina Valley has gotten the best of the special teams tonight because John Tarvin, with his foot, has done an excellent job of keeping their punt return at bay. Is not allowed a punt return yet, and he's averaging over 40 yards a punt.
Yep.
So Panthers are winning a special teams battle. That's why the Panthers have closed it to 14-7 at half. And you took momentum and something positive into halftime.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, you talk about the special teams being that third part of, your football team there. And last week, Joe Tarvin was the bright spot in that as well. He kicked very well for the Panthers last week. There were some mishaps with some muff punts and things like that. This week we haven't seen that, and your special teams is what turned your momentum here and allowed you to cut this lead in half. Instead of going in 14-0, it's 14-7 because your special teams was able to set up that short field with only 58 seconds to go in the half. Because if you have that ball at the 25-yard line with 56 seconds left, you're probably not going to score. The likelihood's very slim.
Well, and you did say also how big it was, because John Jay would have taken momentum into halftime. They'd have had a 14-point lead, plus would have received the opening kickoff in the second half, where they could have extended this to a 3-possession game. Medina Valley took the wind out of their sails, grabbed momentum, took it into halftime. Now it's just a matter of adjustments. And, you're not going to teach it at halftime, but you've got to put an emphasis and a focus, Jared, on tackling. You've got to make the open field tackle. You cannot give them yards after contact or yards after the catch. You've got to shore up your tackling.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because that's where they're getting a bulk of their yardage. Medina Valley's doing a good job of getting the initial hit at the line of scrimmage, but not wrapping up and hanging on. I mean, if you're not going to tackle them by yourself, at least hang on until a teammate can get there to help you out. They're, arm tackling, trying to just lay a shoulder into them while they're bouncing off of those. They're running through arm tackles. Huerta is not the kind of player that you're going to take down by just slinging out your arm and hoping to trip him up. You're going to have to wrap him up and hit him.
Well, we saw the same player last week in Murillo. He's going to be shifty. He's going to, get you on that first move. And if you're not sure of yourself, you're not in position to make the correct tackle, going to get yards after the first contact, and that's something you need to wrap up. And it's the same scenario as what we saw last week. You're getting beat the same way you got beat last week, the same type of play. The big chunk plays where you had it under control until you missed one tackle. And,
Well, the thing is they didn't score on the big play, but they were able to set themselves up this week with the big play. Last week it was big plays that beat you.
Yeah.
This week the big plays are setting them up, and you've got to eliminate those big plays.
And to give them credit, they haven't went all the way to one of the big chunk plays, but they've responded and finished after one of the big chunk plays.
That's exactly right. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll talk a little bit more about the second half coming up when we come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panthers special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800. Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367. Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Why buy a used car when you can buy a new car for less at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest rated Chevrolet dealer? Get low posted pricing on the 2021 Equinox, posted at $19,999. The 2021 Traverse, posted at $28,999. The 2021 Silverado, posted at $30,999. Or get $17,000 off the all-electric Volt. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back here to Gustafson Stadium. We're at halftime now as the John Jay Band performing on the field for their home crowd here. Still about 10 minutes left to halftime here, and I'm trying to pull up some scores from around the area. Now, I know they redid this Friday night app, and last week it was horrible because the whole interface was different. They did change it back, but it's running so slow right now I can't pull up scores. We were going to give you some scores from around the area. If it ever pulls up, we'll go ahead and do that. But, we talk a little bit about the show we had on Wednesday night. We had Lacey Schott on there.
Very good information from her.
Yeah, very good information from her on the girls' cross country is what she mostly talked about. I think Coach Bermea is going to bring some of the boys later on this season. But she was very high on the girls' cross country team. They did very well winning the meet at Medina Valley last week. I think they've got a very good shot to go a long way this year. And what was she saying? They had like 60 or 70 girls out for cross country.
Yes.
That is
great.
Yeah, it is.
And she brought two good representatives, a senior and a freshman.
Yep.
Eliana Salazar and Brooke Duncan,
who needs to be voted for freshman class president.
I think the final votes were Friday.
Today?
I think
No,
today was the final vote.
So we were going to say something on the air Wednesday night, and it didn't happen. So I wanted to say that tonight, but the votes are already cast. But nonetheless,
if anybody knows, if the results are in, if anybody knows, we will gladly relay that who got voted for the freshman, the
senior class president,
sophomore, the junior and senior class
student council.
So that we like to bring all of the Medina Valley activities and information. So if somebody knows that and would like to shoot us a text, or if it has been completed already. But Jared, you got to be positive how we saw this half end.
Yeah,
it couldn't have ended any better for Medina Valley and any worse for John Jay. Let's hope that momentum carries out and the Panthers come out with that enthusiasm. Because this is, it's just the second game of the season, but you'd like to get that first win. Yeah, it would be nice.
No, you're exactly right, Maury. And you could see, 14-0, you see players start hanging their heads a little bit, like, oh, man, we're down in a hole now right before halftime. Then you get that big return, and everything just kind of turns around, and it's 14-7. You're right back in this ballgame. It's like, hey, we scored, we put up some points, we know we can do it. In the second half, we've got to. But one of the things that I want to see from Medina Valley is a little more creativity in their play calling. It's run right, left, and up the middle. The passes are mostly swing passes. They finally threw the ball downfield there at the end a little bit more.
Opened it up.
Yeah, which you've got to do. You've got to stretch that defense out some. That's going to open up your run in the middle. If you can connect on one or two of those, all of a sudden that running game's a little more open for you. You've got to stretch the defense out downfield.
Yeah, it gives you more opportunities, more chances for the big chunk plays.
And I do have some scores for you here from around the area here, and I'll start at the very top here and just start scrolling down with anyone who's in the area here or anyone that we play in district. I know this was a final last night. Wagner beating Stevens 69-0.
Wow.
That is a big loss there, and Stevens lost to Bernie Champion 32-31 last week.
Wow, how good.
So that makes you wonder how good Wagner is, or if Bernie Champion's not as good as they've been in past years.
Wow.
Crystal City getting beat by Poteet 34-7 in the second quarter. Brackett and LaPryor has not been updated. Alamo Heights beating Churchill over at Comalander in the third quarter, 21-13, your score there. Brackenridge beating Lee 14-7. Bernie Champion over MacArthur 35-0 over at Hero Stadium in the second quarter. Smithson Valley beating Madison 7-0. Steele beating Reagan in the third quarter 7-6.
Wow.
Close game there.
Good game.
Let's see. Harlan 14, Laredo United 3. That game's at halftime down in Laredo. Bernie High School getting beat by Gregory Portland 14-7. That game's in the second quarter.
Those are two powerhouses in that classification.
And that game is in Bernie.
Well, that's the one that changed because Bernie was supposed to play somebody else and they couldn't because of COVID. Is that correct?
I think so.
And Gregory Portland had the same situation, so they matched up. So what a game to get on a oopsie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. New Braunfels beating Seguin 21-2 at halftime. Let's see. McCullum beating Austin Navarro 35-6 in the second quarter. Uvalde getting beat by Eagle Pass Win 13-7 down in Eagle Pass.
It's a good game.
Floresville 23, Southwest 6. Southwest, a team Medina Valley's going to play in a couple of weeks. Floresville, last game of the year in district.
You know there's going to be playoff implications in that one.
For sure. And let's see, Falls City and Poth, that's a big rivalry game down there. That's 7-7 in the second quarter.
And the Uvalde game, which is Medina Valley's opponent in the next couple weeks, isn't it?
Yep. And I'm not seeing anybody. New Braunfels Canyon losing to Clark 21-10. Judson losing to Lake Travis 17-10.
What that one is.
17-7 Lake Travis in the second quarter.
Is that at Judson or is that in Austin?
It's in Austin. Divine beating Memorial 14-0. Now that hasn't been updated since the first quarter. So that was an early 14-0 lead for
How would you like
Devine.
to be Judson facing DeSoto and then turning back around and facing Austin Westlake?
Yeah. Cuero beating Wimberley 13-3. And Carrizo Springs over St. Anthony 26-0. And then the last game on here was Hondo and Lytle, which was canceled this week.
I saw in the Sports Illustrated they had a little thing this week on picking like the division winners in football, and then kind of ran through the top 10 or the top 15 NCAA programs that have a chance to win the national championship. And when they had the A&M slot pulled up, they had a young man from Judson on the picture there that said A&M is one of their linebackers. So good job by Judson. Well, they produce players all over the place. But
yep.
What were you going wow for, Jerry?
Well, I've got two scores here from the district that weren't on that list. And first of all, this was a final last night. Johnson High School beating Lockhart 56-8.
That's our next week's opponent, right?
No, we play Veterans Memorial.
Veteran Memorial, okay.
Yeah, no, but Lockhart is a district opponent.
Yes, and what was that one?
56-8 last night. And then the other one, Fredericksburg, this is a first quarter score. Fredericksburg beating Kerrville-Tivy 14-7.
That's kind of a grudge match.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of, yeah.
Yep. So those are the scores from around the district.
Didn't Fredericksburg make a decent run last year? Didn't they have a real good team last year?
I think they're getting better than they were. They always had a good team when I was a kid. I remember we always went up there and played them. And then they kind of fell off for a while and didn't have it. And I think last year and the year before they kind of had a decent team. I know their softball team's very good.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to go ahead and take one more break, and then we will come back with the second half. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet and Medina Electric. And we will continue here in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367.
Welcome back here to Gustafson Stadium, just in time for Medina Valley coming out on the field here for the second half. John Jay about to do the same thing, coming through the old school paper.
I like that.
I do too. That was one of your favorite things, especially when I was a kid growing up watching Medina Valley. You always wanted to see what was going to be on that paper because the cheerleaders did it.
They were creative.
Oh, yeah, and it was always a shot at the other team, you know.
Yep.
I remember when I was in fourth grade and stuff, when you get to the school, you go buy the little ribbon that they sell each week for the different game. And I'll never forget the best one I ever remember. I was in fourth grade, and we were playing Hondo, and it said, "We don't give a hoot about the Owls." I'll never forget that. I loved it. Yep.
But I tell you what, in Dwayne's heyday, when the Panthers had all those really, really good teams consecutively, those cheerleaders came up with some good ones. I mean, every playoff game you wanted to see what they said. Painted them all themselves. Yep. It was awesome. Where's that spirit anymore?
It's all in the electronic device, if you want to ask me. Don't get me started on that. But we're ready to go here in the second half. Medina Valley's going to be kicking it away to John Jay, and the Mustangs will be receiving with a 14-7 lead. And this opening drive for Medina Valley, they need to stop John Jay here. You can't allow any more points. You got that momentum going into halftime. You need to keep that here. You need to build on that, get that ball back, get this game tied up, and try to turn it around here.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it no better.
Tarvin will get ready to boot it away. You've got Gordon and Huerta back deep to receive over here on the near side of the field. And it will be fielded by Huerta, and he muffs it on the ground, and he falls on top of it at the 25-yard line. Very fortunate that he was able to fall right back on that, and it didn't squirt around when he fell.
Wouldn't that have been another big special teams mark for the Panthers?
But your score 14-7. And that John Jay offense will take the field for the first time here in the second half. Out of the gun here, Gutierrez takes the snap, going to hand the ball to Huerta, trying to bounce outside. Still on his feet, and he manages to push forward for about 3 yards on the play. We'll see where the spot is on that far side of the field.
Adam Chavez getting up from the bottom of the pile along with Tymier Garrett for the Panthers.
A 4-yard pickup there on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up here. And again, they're giving it to Huerta right there, but he's trying to get that corner every single time and try to get to the outside of that defensive end.
Yeah, he keeps bouncing it out.
Well, and they're running it away from Tarvin's side over there. Takes the snap, going to roll out, coming near side, looking to throw. Sets up, fires on the run. That's incomplete. He kind of threw it behind his intended receiver, Jack Mota. As it falls incomplete, it'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, number 12 on the coverage, Manny Ramirez, good coverage downfield. And that time there was a lot of pressure up the middle, forced the quarterback to roll outside, and he's throwing
against his body,
and that wasn't a good throw. And really, Jared, if it would have been on target, it would have been short of the line to gain anyways.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6 here. As Gutierrez brings the play in from the sideline, they'll come to the line of scrimmage here. Huerta in the backfield. He'll have 4 wide receivers out here, 2 on each side of the formation. Jay moving right to left here. Play clock down to 3. Takes a snap to throw. Fires right side. And it is complete up to about the 45-yard line.
Number 14 went high in the air to bring that ball down.
That was Jack Mota. And that's a 1st down for John Jay.
Big play by the sophomore for the Mustangs to extend this drive.
Right over the middle of the field that time. Gets it up to the 44.
The perfect thrown pass because the Panthers had the coverage underneath and over the top, but just a well-thrown ball.
So 1st down and 10 here. Panthers had a chance to get him off the field, but they convert on 3rd down. They'll come here in the gun again. Takes a snap, rolling against his body. It's going to be a run. He cuts it up the middle, gets across the 45, and he bounced off of 2 Medina Valley players. They're going to say he went down, I believe, because they're going to spot him back at the 48-yard line instead of midfield, but he took a pretty good pop.
The first big hit was by number 14, Adam Chavez, and that was a collision in the middle of the field.
Yes, it was. Picked up 4 yards again on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 6 here for the Mustangs. Ball at their own 48. 4 wide receivers here for John Jay. Takes the snap. Hands it. Going to keep it himself. Fake that handoff to Huerta, and he busts through Gutierrez for a big gain there. A 1st down. Picks up about 10 yards on the play.
Ball came out, but after he made contact with the ground, Bubba Solis with the tackle. But that's just a basic quarterback draw as he takes a couple steps back and then right up the gut as they're forcing the Panthers outside on that defensive line. They're exploiting the middle of the field.
Yeah, there's some big gaps opening up here, some holes for these guys to run through right now. 9:26 to go here in the 3rd. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball at the Panther 43. Takes the snap. Gives to Huerta, trying to bounce outside with some room. He's going to have 10 yards, and he's forced out of bounds up around the 33. Looks like they'll spot him at the 34-yard line there. He's going to be short of the first down, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 1 or 2.
Bubba Solis forcing the Huerta out of bounds, but not before 9 yards past the scrimmage line.
2nd down and 1.
And right now, Jared, the offensive line is pushing that Panther defensive line around, and that's something I didn't think would happen too often. But they do have size up front. Coach Chris mentioned that on the talk show, that they are well built in the line.
2nd down and a yard here. Takes that snap, gives it to Huerta, gets up the middle for 2 yards. He picks up the first down, gets to the 32-yard line.
Joe Tarvin dragging him down from behind, but he just got enough to move the chains once again.
Well, and Jay kind of slowing things down here in the second half. You know, Gutierrez is coming to the sideline for the play himself and taking it back to the huddle. Kind of slowing it down here. They're trying to methodically wear out Medina Valley.
A little bit of a change. They want to keep Medina Valley's defense out there on the field.
1st and 10 from the 32. Panther defense has got to stiffen up here. Out of the gun, takes that snap, hands it to Huerta up the middle, and he gets across the 30, down to about the 29-yard line that time, picks up 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Santos and Luna on the stop there for Medina Valley.
7:53 to go here in the third quarter.
And it's not really nothing misdirection, Jared. They're just running right over the center in the tackle.
2nd and 7 coming up here. Opening drive of the second half here for the Mustangs.
Right over the guard's hip.
4 wide receivers here. Huerta to the left of Gutierrez, takes the snap. That's not Huerta, but they do hand it off to him going right side. And he gets hit hard and taken down around the 25-yard line. Going to be short of the first down, but it'll be 3rd and short coming up. That was number 10, the ball carrier, Rashawn Stewart.
That was number 12 for the Panthers. Manny Ramirez putting a big shot on the running back, or actually on the receiver, number 10.
That's going to be 3rd down and 3 coming up here. They've had this ball for almost half of the third quarter already. 3rd and 3 here. Panther defense trying to dig in here against John Jay. Trailing 14-7, takes that fumble, and the ball's on the ground. I think Medina Valley came away with it, and they do. That is a huge, huge turnover for the Panthers as John Jay's been driving it. Eats up almost half of the third quarter, and the Panthers come away with a fumble recovery.
It looked like number 36 jumped on it for the Panthers. I think, anyways, what happened, Jared, is he just bobbled the ball.
Yeah, he did.
He looked upfield and lost control of the ball, and that's a big play because he had first down yardage.
Yeah, he did, and that was, if that was number 36, that's Alexander Luna jumping on the football for the Panthers, and we'll see what this offense can do now here with the momentum change. We'll see if they can drive it downfield with 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Medina Valley from their own 21-yard line. Rash out of the gun here. They'll empty the backfield. Takes the snap. Quarterback draw up the middle. Made a couple of guys miss, but he's only going to get a couple of yards up to the 29-yard line. Picks up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Dragged down by Alex Castaneda, number 29. Very active tonight for the Mustangs.
Second down and 7 here for Medina Valley. Guerrero and Vogel in there. Vogel behind Rash in the formation. Now he'll move to his left. 3 wide. Takes the snap. Gives to Vogel up the middle. Shifts through the line. You got a flag down.
Going to have a holding penalty, I believe. Number 5 drug Vogel down from behind. Landon Flores.
Got up to the 34-yard line, but I think this is going to move back.
I don't like in the vicinity of where the flag was thrown. The interior part of the line.
And it is a hold against Medina Valley. So they'll replay 2nd down here, and they'll move them back 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 17 coming up here for the Panthers. And those are the mistakes right there that you can't have those. You're having a hard enough time driving the ball now. You got to keep your offense on the field. Your defense was just out there for half of the third quarter. Rash out of the gun here on 2nd and 17. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap. Rash to keep it up the middle himself, up across the 25, close to the 27-yard line. They'll spot him at the 28. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Flores and Hernandez on the stop for the Mustangs.
Make it 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Panthers. Got to keep this drive alive here.
Yeah, you've got to give the defense some wind there on the side. Cannot put them right back out there on the field.
Rash in the gun here. They'll send 3 wide out to the right. Reza in the slot. Takes the snap. They're going to be a false start against the Panthers.
Wow.
Looks like one of the receivers moved early, just came across that line of scrimmage.
Lunging forward.
And it's going to bring up 3rd and 13. So 3rd and 13 here for Medina Valley. 3 wide out right. Rash in the gun. 4:44 to go in the third, looking to throw. Steps up, fires down the middle toward Hill, and that's incomplete. Overthrew Hill around the 43-yard line, and that's going to be 4th down, and Tarvin's going to have to punt.
Devin Brewer on the coverage for the Mustangs. And Jared, that was just a case of sloppiness on the offense there. You can't have that many penalties and try to overcome them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Tarvin ready to boot it away. Return man number 1, Gordon, standing around his own 44-yard line. Good snap. Tarvin gets it away. It is a high, booming kick again that will bounce and take a Medina Valley roll inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line, and that's where it'll be down. A great punt by Joe Tarvin again, a 42-yard punt. And John Jay will go to work again with 4:29 left here in the third quarter. And if you're Medina Valley right now, Maury, you got to get a 3-and-out because you cannot keep your defense on the field. They were on the field for 5 minutes and 20 seconds to open up the third quarter. They got a 1.5-minute breather over there on the sideline. I mean, it was a little longer than that, but a 1.5 minutes of game clock ticked away.
Well, and so was it a lot longer than the 5.5 minutes that the game clock showed.
Yep. Out of the gun to start here, 1st and 10. Takes that snap, hands it to Huerta up the middle, gets up to the 40, and he's going to get taken down. The flag comes in very, very late from the field judge.
Luna and Bullard on the stop, and that was a late flag.
The pickup went 3 yards. We'll see what the penalty is here.
Yeah, they're going back the other way, like it's against Jay.
Well, there's only 2 things it could be from the field judge. It's either going to be a hold or it's going to be a face mask from where he threw it on a run play. And it is a hold against John Jay. So that'll help Medina Valley. That'll move them back 10 yards. Actually, that's a spot foul. So it's going to bring up 1st down and looks like 1st and about 17. Out of the shotgun here, Gutierrez with 3 wide receivers takes the snap, hands it off. Huerta, right side, threw into the second level across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line before he's dragged down. Gets 7 yards back. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was Michael Tomaselli on the stop for Medina Valley.
And there is an injured John Jay player down on the field. And with that, we'll take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
Why buy a used? Buy a new car for less at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealer. Get low posted pricing on the 2021 Equinox, posted at $19,999. The 2021 Traverse, posted at $28,999. The 2021 Silverado, posted at $30,999. Or get $17,000 off the all-electric Bolt. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
We're back here at Gustafson Stadium. Injured player up and walking off under his own power. That's a good sign there. And we will resume here. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for John Jay from their own 38-yard line with 3:55 to play here in the third quarter, and the Mustangs leading 14-7.
They picked up 7 yards on that last play.
Yeah, they overcame the 7 yards they lost there on the hold. Trying to see if they can overcome 10 more yards. Out of the gun, takes the snap. Looking to throw, spins out, rolling right side, going to pull it down and run, and he throws it incomplete. No, I think
they're going to
say he caught it. Up around the 35-yard line. He was falling down, sliding, and he makes the catch. That was number 13, Zach Moda on the reception. Up at the 40. Looking like the 39-yard line is where they'll spot him.
Yep. Good job of helping out his quarterback, throwing a little behind him and low, but he went down and picked it up off the turf. 2 officials were standing right there making the call.
Well, and Gutierrez rolling out, looked like he was going to run, was still looking downfield and found his man. 1st and 10, takes the snap. Hands it to Huerta, trying to get the end, and he's going to turn upfield at the 35-30. A flag comes in late.
Blocking the back.
And they get up to the 29-yard line. That was going to be a first down, but I think this is coming back, like Maury said, for a block in the back.
Yeah, it was Tomaselli and Ramirez on the stop, but it looked like they got the wide receiver on a hold or a block in the back, it looked like.
Well, and Huerta, that time they gave it to him, you had your defensive end and your outside linebacker right there, and he managed to slip outside of both of them.
Didn't turn him back in.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it is. Blocking the back. Take him back.
That'll help out Medina Valley here.
Spot foul, so actually they're only going to lose a few yards, but
yeah, they'll only lose 4 on the play, so it's going to be 1st down and 14 here. 3:04 to go in the third. Ball back to the 43-yard line of Medina Valley. Takes that snap, rolling out right, wanting to throw under a lot of pressure, and he's just going to throw that away into the Medina Valley bench over on the right side. Good pressure that time off the end by the Panther defense, and it'll be 2nd down and 14.
Bullard was putting pressure on him in the backfield along with Matthew Santos. And Jared, that's just a good job by the quarterback, not accepting the loss, just throwing it out of bounds and, keeping your down and distance manageable.
2nd and 14 here now for the Mustangs.
Good coverage by the Panthers downfield also.
Gutierrez out of the gun here, and now a timeout's going to be taken by John Jay. That's going to be their first timeout of the half. Timeout's brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company. And John Jay trying to figure out what they want to do here. There's 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. The way that this ball game's been going, you feel like if they would get up 2 scores, that you just feel like this game's not going to have big fireworks at the end if you get down 2 scores again. And you got to keep this a one-possession game.
Yes, you do. And they've kicked 2 extra points, but they've both been low. There haven't any of them really been long. We watched him a little bit. We tried to watch some of that in pregame, and he wasn't making them from any further than about 35 yards in. So they got a ways to go yet. It would have been not nice to see, but it would have been something to see if they wouldn't have turned that ball over. How far they would have had to go down on that first possession to see when they were going to try, if they were going to try a field goal.
2nd down and 14 here as the Mustangs come out of the timeout. 2:48 to go here in the third. Gutierrez out of the shotgun here with 4 wide. Takes the snap, looking to throw under pressure. They set up a wide receiver screen out left. It's complete. Made the first man miss. Spins around up to the 35-yard line. Almost broke another couple of tackles there. Picks up 9 yards, and it's going to bring up third down and about 6.
Luna and Santos once again on a stop. And Jared, it looked like they could have been called again for another block in the back because they chipped one of the Panthers defenders. They chipped number 7 completely out of the play.
So third down and 6 coming up here.
But is that something that it's got to occur further than 5 yards down the line, off the line of scrimmage?
Probably so. Gutierrez out of the gun here on third down. Ball at the 35. They got to get to the 29 for a first down. They'll empty the backfield. Going to run it himself up the middle. And Bullard gets him, and he lost him, and he spits forward up to the 31-yard line. He's still going to be 2 yards shy of the first down, but, Maury, this is probably 4-down territory.
It's got to be Santos and Luna on the stop for Medina Valley. Big fourth down play here.
Yes, it is. 4th and 2. They got to get down to the 29-yard line. The ball's at the 32.
And I see the ball not leaving number 8's hands after he gets it.
As Gutierrez with Huerta in the backfield here. To his left, they'll line up with 3 wide receivers. Takes a snap, gives to Huerta up the middle, and he falls forward for the first down. He just turned his back, kept his legs pumping, and he managed to get the first. Down to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. John Jay with 1:11 to go here in the third.
Luna and Ramirez once again on the stop. But, yeah, when you got him at running back, it's not a bad idea to hand it off to him either. And that was just
power
body
football,
on body right there. And they overcame a 1st and 14.
Out of the gun here, 4 wide. Looking to the sideline here. Play clock down to 3. Gutierrez takes the snap, gives to Huerta, trying to get right side. He gets around the end. Up to the 20, across the 20, and he's run out of bounds. He'll be just short of the first down. Looks like he got to the 18-yard line.
Bullard and Tomaselli on the stop. But there's no containment out there. As he's bouncing that ball outside, and the Panthers aren't turning him inside. He's getting around that corner, and they're getting...
That's 9 yards again.
9 yards again, you know.
2nd down and 1 coming up.
Your defensive ends have to force things back to the middle of the field.
30 seconds to go here in the third. The clock stopped as Huerta ran out of bounds. He's to the left of Gutierrez here in the gun. Takes a snap. Hands it to Huerta again. Dances around. Makes some men miss. Cuts it back inside the 10, down to the 8 or 9 yard line this time, and it's going to be 1st and goal. That Panther defense has been on the field for almost this entire third quarter here.
Fillinger and Tomaselli on the stop, and that might be the last play of the third quarter, and it's been dominated
by John Jay.
They fortunately for the Panthers turned the ball over deep in Panther territory. Now, what would you think time possession was, Jared? Panthers only had that ball for not even 2 minutes of this quarter.
That's exactly right, and that is the end of the third quarter, and we're going to take a break and come back with the fourth quarter. Your score after 3, John Jay 14, Medina Valley 7. You're listening to Panther Football, and we will continue here in just a moment.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California.
We're back here at Gustafson Stadium as we start the fourth quarter. John Jay with it out of the I formation, first and goal. And they hand it off. Ball's on the ground, fumble, and I think did Medina Valley jump on top of it?
It's going to be close. I think John Jay got back on it.
Yeah.
Number 2 got back on it. Wow. That would have been what the Panthers needed, and that would have been a dagger for John Jay because they've been down here twice.
Yep. And that was on a handoff exchange right there. Second time that's happened, but they do fall back on top of it. It's going to stay second and goal. Ball is at the 9-yard line.
Number 2 was fortunate to get back on that ball.
They'll actually spot him at the 8. So it's second and goal from the 8 here. Gutierrez back out of the shotgun this time. Huerta to his left. 3 wide receivers out here. Takes that snap. Hands it off to Huerta, looking for some room, and he's going to get taken down. Maybe got a yard on the play.
Big Joe Tarvin wrapped him up. Luna also in there. Third down.
Third down and goal. Ball at the 7-yard line. They gave him. Actually, no. They'll spot him at the 8-yard line, so no gain on the play. Big third down here for the Panthers.
4-point play, possibly.
Yep. Jay in the huddle. 7 minutes on the play clock as they hurry to the line of scrimmage here. They might have to burn a timeout.
They're going to have to.
Yep. The clock says 0, and they do have to burn a timeout. That's their second one of the half because that play clock was winding down. They didn't get that play in early enough. They'll have one timeout remaining. Medina Valley still with 3 with 10:37 to go, but John Jay with it. Third down and goal from the 8-yard line.
We get to talk about your company.
Yeah, Peerless Equipment sponsoring the timeouts.
Jared staying busy with his going around with this drought with the pivots, and they're says he needs a raise. He's working too hard. But no, Jared, they're definitely not in 4-down territory. They're only a few yards away if they don't make it from what an extra point would be.
Yep.
But let's hope that they have to make that decision.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. You don't want to let them get 6 or 7 yards here and have a fourth down in 1 or 2. You know what I mean? You want to have them in fourth down in 5, 6, 7 to make them have to make that choice.
Right.
Because I think if you get down there, to me, personally, I think you take the points here and get up by 2 scores.
Well, and it's not like an extra point. They're not going to get to mark it in the middle of the field.
Well, no, but they've been kicking from the left hash every time. Yeah, they've been kicking it from the left hash. This would be on the right.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This would be a kind of a hook.
Here we go on third down and goal.
See if that has something to do with maybe the way they run this ball. What side?
Gutierrez out of the gun, takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it up toward the end zone. He goes up. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by number 7 for the Panthers, Elias Ramirez. As number 1, Gordon got his hands on it, but Ramirez made the hit, and it popped it free.
Great job on defense there.
And here comes Martinez for the field goal.
12 will be the holder. That is David Hernandez. He's listed as the backup quarterback.
Well, this will be a 25-yard field goal attempt from the right hash mark. Takes the snap. Kick is up, and he put it through with 10:29 to go here in the ball game. Your new score, John Jay 17, Medina Valley 7. And the Panthers down by 2 scores now. Still 10:30 to play in the ball game. 10:29 to play in the ball game.
A lot of time,
but you've got to score, and you got to get that ball back then.
Well, and you can't have any more yellow flags on the field at this point of the ball game. No pre-snap penalties anymore. You've got to make everything positive. You can't give back positive and then turn back around and then give it back. What we'd like to see is a big kickoff return right here would be nice.
Yes, it would be.
Because the kickoffs are sponsored by
Garner Abstract and Land Company along with Rancher's Title.
Why don't we call them and buy a ranch, Jared? Why don't we do that?
I would love to if I had the dinero to do it.
Oh, we got our other sponsor, Castroville State Bank. They'll borrow you some. Just call Stevie. Jared, we need to turn it around right here. Let's get some momentum going here for the Panthers.
kickoff return like we saw at the end of the first half would be nice here. I have a feeling they will not kick it to Rezzo on the left side of the field. As Martinez gets ready to kick it away. And it is a high end-over-end kick that is fielded at the 32-yard line by number 11, Bubba Solis, who puts his knee down there. I don't know, he might have called for a fair catch as well, but the Panthers will have the football. And here you saw they were not going to kick it deep.
I was going to say, you were right, they were not going to give the Panthers the opportunity to run that back. But you know what? We'll take it you'll take a starting field position on the 35 every time.
Yep, sure will.
Okay, Panthers, let's go.
First down and 10 here from the 35-yard line. 10:29 to play in the ball game. Panthers down 17-7. Rash with it. Hands that ball off, trying to bounce outside. As that was Guerrero. And that's Moreno in there at quarterback now instead of Nick Rash, who's come in, and that play goes for 3 yards on the carry that time by Guerrero. It'll be 2nd and 7.
.42 was in there on the stop. Aiden Berry.
Looking to throw. Moreno gets it away. Pass is complete up to the 42-yard line to Tristan Hill. And he's going to be wrestled out of bounds. They'll give him forward progress up to the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Devin Brewer right there on the spot. No yards after the catch. Panthers cannot afford to go 3 and out here.
No, they cannot. Out of the shotgun here, Moreno. 3 wide receivers here. 9:34 to play in the game. 3rd down and 4. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Under pressure, gets hit, and he's going to get sacked back at the 32-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 12.
Tim Rehos on the sack for the Mustangs. We have a player down, but that takes the Panthers' decision real easy. Going to be 4th and 11.
Yep, and there's a John Jay player down on the field. And with that, we'll take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we will continue here in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
We're back here at Gustafson Stadium as the injured player off the field here. It's 4th down and 13 for the Panthers, and Joe Tarvin ready to boot it away. They'll send Dylan Gordon back deep to receive here. He'll be standing back around his own 35-yard line. Tarvin's had some good punts in this game so far, but unfortunately here with 9:14 to go and down by a couple of scores, this is not what the Panthers needed. Going 3 and out here. Good snap. Punt is away, and it is a high spiraling kick that is going to take a bounce, and it takes a John Jay bounce this time and will be down at the 36-yard line. Good punt again by Tarvin. And I don't understand Gordon. He doesn't field the punt. Like, come up and make a play on that and try to return it. That was one of the few times that Tarvin actually outkicked his coverage.
Yep, he had a chance.
And he didn't even make a play on it. Got very fortunate that it took a John Jay bounce.
But maybe he was informed that
Don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn it over. Get away from it, and we'll take our chances on offense and do not make a big turnover.
First down and 10 for John Jay here. 8:53 to go, and the Panthers got to find a way to get that ball back quickly. Gutierrez out of the gun. Gives it off. Left side, running through some arm tackles, and he's finally taken down. That's number 10, the ball carrier, Rashawn Stewart. But he picks up, looks like about 7 yards, gives him 5 yards. It's going to be second down and 5 coming up here.
Luna on the stop for the Panthers. You cannot let them run a lot of time off the clock here. The clock is not your friend right now if you're a Panther fan.
No, down by 10 points here. Second down and 5 coming up. Takes the snap, gives it away again. And that time he's actually going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to be third down and 6. That again was Stewart on the carry.
Yeah, Joe Tarvin ran him down from the opposite side. They're trying to run away from Tarvin. And Luna turned it up, and Tarvin finished him off. Big third down.
Huge third down here for the Panthers. Third down and 6 coming up here. 7:49 to go in the ball game. Panthers trailing 17-7. They'll come to the line of scrimmage here. Gutierrez in the gun. Stewart to his right. Takes the snap, looking to throw. With time, fires. Complete first down up to the 42-yard line across midfield. And that's going to be a pickup of about 18 yards, and it'll be first down for John Jay.
Good throw and good catch. Elias Ramirez on the coverage. But, Jared, that was just a well-executed play on offense right there.
That was number 6, Frank Vasquez. Yes, it was. Just running a little seam route right up the middle.
Just found an open spot, and that ball was thrown with authority right there.
First down and 10 at the Panther 42. And now they can eat up some more clock. 7 minutes to play in the ball game and counting. Takes the snap, gives it off to Stewart up the middle, gets through the line, and he's going to push forward for 5 more yards. And that, he's bottled up right there in the backfield when he gets to the line of scrimmage and just manages to dance around and find his way for a 4-yard pickup there.
Garrett and Tomaselli on the stop. And Jared, every time they get a first down, that's close to 2 minutes run off the clock.
Almost halfway through this fourth quarter here. It's going to be second down and 6 at the Panther 38-yard line. Gutierrez in the gun. Looks like Huerta's back into the ball game. And they give it to him right away. Gets hit in the backfield, gets away through 2 tacklers up to the 30-yard line, and he's brought down. That's a first down. That's another. You had him stopped in the backfield there, and he danced free, picks up the first down. It'll be first and 10 from the 29.
Tomaselli on the stop for the Panthers. And Tarvin had him in the backfield, but just could not wrap him up.
5:52 and counting. As Gutierrez will bring his men to the line of scrimmage here. Huerta to his left. 4 wide receivers this time out here for the Mustangs. I wouldn't think they do anything but run the football here. They do give it to Huerta up the middle, and this time he's bottled up and stopped right away. He might have got a yard on the play.
Tarvin and Luna on the stop for Medina Valley. And no urgency to get back up for the Mustangs, as the clock is their friend right now.
Does pick up 1 yard on the play to be second and 8.
Chavez also in there on the stop for the Panthers.
Second down and 9 to go. .446 and counting. Gutierrez in the gun. The give to Huerta, and actually that's a fake that time right up the middle by Gutierrez. Everyone keyed on Huerta, and he takes it down to the 11-yard line, give him the 12-yard line, and it'll be first down and 10.
Number 12 on the tackle for Medina Valley, Manny Ramirez. But, Jared, that might have been the dagger right there.
Well, and everyone went with Huerta, and he just pulled it out and found right up the middle, and there was a big space to run
Great
through.
RPO right there.
Yep.
And, it's not like they're doing anything fancy.
No, not at all.
They're running in between the tackles.
First and 10 from the 12. And a timeout taken by Medina Valley. With 4:02 to play in the ball game, trailing 17-7. Panthers take a timeout here, brought to you by Peerless Equipment. And the Panthers need to find a way to force a turnover or do something here to try to get this ball back any way they can.
A field goal, you're still only 2 possessions out. A touchdown, you're 3.
Well, and the thing is here, it's first down. If they run the ball 3 times, they can run this clock down under 2 minutes. And, you've got to find a way to get this ball back.
We don't really have any, we haven't seen it yet, any big play, big strike threats so far. We haven't seen it, and, and we're not designed to be one.
No, and that's the thing is you're not. Medina Valley hasn't run a hurry-up offense. They haven't thrown the ball more than 15 yards downfield the entire night. And they come out of the timeout here as Gutierrez out of the shotgun, 3 wide out to the left. Huerta is loaned back. They give to him, and he shook off the initial tackler there at the line of scrimmage, and then he gets to the 15-yard line. He still lost 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Bullard, Tarvin with the initial hit, and then Bullard and Garrett finishing him off.
They give him the 14. That's still a 2-yard loss there, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 12.
But there is no urgency here to get this snap off. They snapped that one with 3 seconds left on the play clock.
Well, and you got 19 seconds they can still tick off. There's 3:32 showing on the game clock. They can run this down to almost 3:15 before they snap it. Out of the gun again, takes that snap. Gives to Huerta, right side, big hole to run through, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Just bounced it outside and untouched in the end zone, and that might be it.
23-7 your score now as they'll line up for the extra point. As they'll line up with the swinging gate here. As they take their time. And they're going to let this run all the way down. Are they going to take their last time out? Why? They actually take a delay a game.
I don't understand it. Why don't you just go out there and line up
and kick the extra point? Are they trying to move him back and see if he can make it from farther? I mean, it's a 5-yard penalty. What was the point of that?
Unless you're seeing if he could make a field goal from a little. I don't know.
Well, he made it from 25 yards earlier.
I don't. Yeah. I don't have an answer to that one. I've seen some strange stuff.
Well, and this is going to be a 25-yarder. And they'll actually spot this one in the middle of the field. He was kicking him earlier from the hash marks. And the extra point is up and good. So they take a delay a game penalty to drill an extra point through to make it 24-7 with 3:11 to go in the ball game. And, Maury, Medina Valley here with 3:11 to go here. Now's your time. Run a hurry-up offense. See what your offense can do in a hurry-up. I mean, I don't – they're not going to come back and win this game, but you can still try to score some points and see what your offense can do in a short-time situation when you got to get points.
Absolutely. See what you got, At this point, try something,
Yeah.
Try, see what build something going into next week.
24-7 your score. 3:11 to go here in the ball game. Tomaselli, Reza, and Gutierrez back deep to receive. And the ball falls off the tee here as Martinez has to re-tee it up. Last time it was just a high end-over-end kick to Solis, who fielded it with a fair catch. We'll see if he elects to kick it away this time. And it is another high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line by number 80 for the Panthers, DJ McCulley. And it'll be 1st and 10 Medina Valley with 3:11 to go in the ball game.
Let's finish this on a positive note. Let's put some points on the board here. No quit for the Panthers. Let's go.
Ball at the 39-yard line of Medina Valley. It's a good field position for the Panthers.
Moreno back out there for the quarterback for the Panthers.
Looking to throw, fires right side, complete up to the 43-yard line, but he is inbounds. Tristan Hill, the receiver, picks up 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down, and they'll come to the line of scrimmage quickly here with 2:56 and counting. Takes a snap, Moreno to throw. Sets up, steps up in the pocket, fires it deep downfield. Got to come back for it. Almost intercepted. Good play that time by number 8, Jaden Gonzalez from Medina Valley, becoming the defender and keeping that from being an interception.
Yeah, because number 24 was reading that all the way, Devin Brewer. Third down now and 5.
2:46 to go. Moreno in the gun, looking over the defense. Takes the snap, fires right side, complete to Hill for a 1st down, trying to fight his way across midfield, and he does, up to about down to the 48-yard line. 1st down for the Panthers. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
That was Hernandez on the stop there. I actually thought he was throwing it to the underneath receiver there and overthrew him, but Hill was right there behind him.
So 1st down and 10 here at the 48 of John Jay with 2:26 to go. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires over the middle, complete to Hill again. It's incomplete as that ball popped out there at the end.
It was forced out of his arms by number 1, Dylan Gordon. Hill just could not complete the catch and bring it into his body.
But a good throw that time by Moreno. Also hit him there, but, good coverage by Gordon to force the incompletion. 2nd down and 10. Moreno to throw again. Fires left side complete. Reza bounces off a tackle inside the 40 down to about the 36-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Panthers.
24 again on the stop, Devin Brewer.
Reza with some good moves after the catch there, making a man miss and getting a 1st down. Clock stops to move the chains, and it rolls now under 2 minutes to go. Moreno to throw. Steps up, fires, complete, up to the 30, 25. That's Gonzalez down to the 20-yard line. They'll see where they spot him, 20 or 21, but a 1st down again for the Panthers.
Brewer once again on the stop along with number 10, Stewart.
They'll move the chains. Clock still running. They should stop it to move the chains. 1:44 to go. Takes the snap. Moreno fires right side. Flags down. False start against the Panthers.
I don't think the Panthers were set. It's a good thing he put air under that one because they jumped that route. That might have been 6 the other way.
So it'll be 1st and 15 now as they'll move the ball back to the 25-yard line. 1:39 and counting to play here in the ball game. Well, they'll start counting the clock when they set it for play. Now they'll wind it. Moreno in the gun with 3 wide receivers. Takes a snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires right side to Hill, complete up to down to about the 17-yard line. Clock running here. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 7.
Gordon on the coverage for the Mustangs.
Timeout taken by Medina Valley. That'll be their second. They'll have one remaining with 1:17 to play in the ball game.
And Peerless Equipment sponsors the timeout, so give our sponsor a shout-out to Peerless Equipment. And, Jared, we've went into hurry up, like you said. You know, we haven't seen it all year, and what's positive about it is even in that quick stuff, we have only had one pre-snap penalty, and that was when we were trying to rush and get to the line.
Yep.
Something positive.
Yes, it is. Well, they're moving the football here.
Yep.
You know, you're
of course, they're giving you a little bit more because of the lead, but still you're executing.
Yes. With 1:17 to go here out of the timeout, it's going to be 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Panthers. Moreno in the gun. 4 wide. Takes the snap. Going to step up. Looking to throw toward the end zone, and he's going to throw it out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And there were 2 receivers within 2 yards of each other in the corner of the end zone right there.
That had to have been a busted route by one. One of them should have cut towards the post. Yep. And when I say towards the post, towards the goal post, and give you some distance in between the receivers.
3rd down and 8 here. Moreno to throw, steps up in the pocket. Under pressure, getting dragged from behind, and he's going to get sacked at the 20-yard line.
Horse collar.
Yep, they're going to get him for a horse collar penalty.
That was number 29 on the tackle, Castaneda, but I think they're going to get him from grabbing inside the shoulder pad there and dragging him down.
And they did. He yanked him from behind down to the seat of his pants. We'll see what the call is here from the referee. This should give Medina Valley an automatic first down.
Yes, it should. It can't be that big of a decision.
And that is the horse collar penalty is the call. It'll be a half the distance to the goal and a first down.
So it'll be 1st and goal because the ball is sitting just inside the 10.
Moreno out of the shotgun here. Vogel in the backfield with 3 wide. It's 1st down and goal from the 10. Takes the snap. Hands to Vogel up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get a couple of yards, and the clock's going to continue to run here.
Dragged down by Landon Flores.
Gets down to the 8-yard line, and now Medina Valley will take their last timeout with 47 seconds to play in the ball game. And actually, it's not a timeout. There's an injured player down on the field. And with that, we'll take a timeout and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue in just a moment.
Why buy a used car when you can buy a new car for less at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealer? Get low posted pricing on the 2021 Equinox, posted at $19,999. The 2021 Traverse, posted at $28,999. The 2021 Silverado, posted at $30,999. Or get $17,000 off the all-electric Volt. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at ntchevy.com.
Welcome back here to Gustafson Stadium as the injured player walking his way off the field here with 47 seconds remaining in the ball game. Medina Valley trailing 24-7, but trying to put up some points here at the end of the game.
This last possession for Medina Valley has taken more time off of a regular clock than the whole third quarter did because the third quarter went by quick.
Yeah, it did. Well, John Jay had the football for 9 minutes and I think about 9:48 of that
whole
quarter.
Well, I don't even think Medina Valley even had it.
They had it for 2 minutes and 11 seconds, something like that.
And there wasn't, with John Jay's possessions, there wasn't really many pass plays that stopped the clock. It was basically just running, grinding, and grinding, and grinding.
Yep. So we'll come here. Medina Valley out of timeouts. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. 47 seconds to play. Moreno out of the gun. Jackson Vogel is his lone back. And now the referee talking to Vogel about something. Vogel will move to his left. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Corner of the end zone. Up for grabs, goes up, makes the catch. Touchdown, Medina Valley. Was that Hill?
That was Hill, yep.
That was Tristan Hill in the corner of the end zone making the catch for his first touchdown reception of the season. And that'll make it 24-13.
Going up top, over Gordon. A lot of hand fighting there in the corner of the end zone, and Hill comes up with the catch.
(24-13) your score now as Tarvin comes on to try to kick the extra point.
We're gonna have a delay of game here if we don't get this snap off.
Yep. And they just do get it off, and Tarvin's kick is up, and it is good. With 40 seconds to go, your score, Medina Valley trailing John Jay now 24-14. And for Medina Valley here, you got to think they're going to try an onside kick and get this ball back.
You almost have to.
Yep.
Practice something else. Try something else.
And so Jay will come out on the field here. We'll see what if
do you see a number over 24 out there now? Do you think they don't think that the Panthers are going to try an onside kick?
Well, and yeah, they send Huerta back deep, but everybody else is up inside the 40-yard line.
And we're in small numbers, so that's an indication that might be your hands team out there.
And Tarvin will tee it up, and look, he's setting it up on the right hash over there. Usually kicks off from the center of the field is what we've noticed from him in the first two games, but he's going to set up here for an onside kick. We know he can boot the ball away. We'll see what he's got here in his arsenal when it comes to the onside. What you're looking for is that one big hop to give your team a chance to run underneath it and make a play. Tarvin runs up, kicks it. Gets that hop, but it's going to be taken by number 11 for John Jay, Caden Keller, and that will seal this ball game for John Jay. And all they got to do is take a knee one time, and that will do it for the ball game.
It actually looked like the guy in the front line actually might even have tipped it a little bit.
Well, and it rolled along the ground, but he got that hop, but it hopped right to number 11.
So one snap and victory formation here coming up for the Mustangs, and they will take and improve their record to 2-0. Medina Valley will fall to 0-2.
As Gutierrez takes the snap, puts his knee down, and that will do it here as that clock ticks under 30 seconds to go. And they will not have to snap it again as that clock under 25 seconds. The play clock hadn't even started yet. And so, like you said, Maury, Medina Valley is going to fall to 0-2. John Jay is going to be 2-0 on this season. And the Panthers fall to John Jay. 24-14 is your final score as the clock shows all zeros. And so the Panthers lose this one 24-14, and we'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we will continue in just a moment.
Why buy a used car when you can buy a new car for less at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest rated Chevrolet dealer? Get low posted pricing on the 2021 Equinox, posted at $19,999. The 2021 Traverse, posted at $28,999. The 2021 Silverado, posted at $30,999. Or get $17,000 off the all-electric Bolt. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back here to Gustafson Stadium. Final score, John Jay 24, Medina Valley 14. The Panthers trailed 14-0 right before halftime, managed to cut it to 14-7 with about 38 seconds left before halftime. John Jay came out in the second half with a game plan to run the ball at Medina Valley. They did that, fumbled it. The Panthers got the ball back down by 7 but couldn't move the football. Went 3 and out, gave it right back to John Jay, who took it downfield methodically and scored. They had the ball for over 9 minutes in the third quarter alone. Basically wore Medina Valley's defense down. Then in the fourth quarter, they turned it around, and they got up 24-7. The Panthers scored right before the end of the ball game there to try and, but they did move down the field and score. But at the same time, that's something to build off of. But John Jay had some of their second-team defenders in there. They were giving you some cushion. They were giving you those over-the-middle passes. And, the Panthers start 0-2, and they got a very tough opponent in Veterans Memorial coming to Panther Stadium next Friday night, who is very good. I believe they beat Medina Valley about 49-7 last year.
Yes, at Judson.
And so they have a good offense. We've seen them play. They put up a lot of points last week in their opener. They play tomorrow night on a Saturday. But they're a very good football team, and Medina Valley's going to have their hands full with them on Friday night.
Yep, you just got to regroup. You've got to improve, every week. You did see a little bit of positive towards the end of the game, but in reality it was kind of mop-up time to where John Jay was giving you a lot. So you did score, you got a little momentum, but, it is what it is. I mean, it just, you didn't see a quit in the Panthers.
No.
Scored inside a minute left, kept fighting, tried the onside kick. It just didn't happen. The Panthers just got beat tonight.
Yep, they sure did. Got beat tonight, and these are non-district games, but I'm sure Coach Chris will find things that he didn't like about this game, things that he can see that they can fix, and work on that this week and try to fix those things. You've still got 3 games left before district play. You're going to have Veterans Memorial, Southwest, and Uvalde all coming to Panther Stadium before you start district. So you're going to have a chance there. You got a very tough team in Veterans Memorial, but with Southwest and Uvalde, you got teams there that, they're good football teams, but those are teams you should be able to handle. Veterans Memorial, you're going to have your hands full with them. They're a very good football team.
Absolutely.
So, final score tonight, 24-14. I want to take this chance to thank the sponsors for making it possible to bring you these games here on the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. As always, thank you guys for being with us. I think that we're going to be trying to do a volleyball broadcast on Tuesday night, from what Jeff has told me, if the girls are going to be playing. So you can tune in then. We'll be on Wednesday night at Sports for Supper from Sammy's. You can come down there, grab some food. You can listen to us while you're there. You can listen at home on YouTube, Medina Valley Broadcast Network. And then Friday night we'll be on the air, home opener at Panther Stadium against Veterans Memorial. So 24-14 is your final tonight. The Panthers now 0-2 on the season, looking to turn that around next Friday night at home when Veterans Memorial comes to call. So for Medina Valley Broadcast Network, for Maury Stein and Dwayne Garza, I'm Jared Lucky saying good night. God bless, and we will see you next time.
Have a very safe and happy holiday.
Happy Labor Day weekend, and we will see